that this session will be recorded for further sharing. So I will please ask Arlini from the reference center that to please go ahead and disseminate the session. Okay. So yeah. Um, so we were going to learn a bit about the story of the Go platform, how the whole information management component started in the Red Cross Red Crescent movement. We are going to explore the platform, having a look at all its levels, global, regional, country, and emergency. Sorry. And we are going to know about the new updates in this last phase, the Go phase 3. And we are going to have a experience using I'm going to show you a live demo, how to submit a field report using the Go simulation environment, and very quick walkthrough the regional, country, and emergency pages in the real Go platform. Okay, so this won't take no longer than 60 minutes, we hope. So some of the background behind Go. Go started with a study. Well, the information management component started with a study of at a Geneva level, if trying to trying to see how important would be the role of information management during disaster response. So, and prior to that, there was the previous platform that Go replaced it, which is DMIS. I'm going to talk a bit about it later. But the Go platform is the new platform that is designed to allow collaboration between the whole Red Cross Red Crescent network. Okay, enables information sharing. That's the most important purpose of the platform. So how is this going? How this information sharing is going to work? Through field reports, maps, infographics, dashboards. Any type of information products can be shared on Go between the whole Red Cross Red Crescent network. So this platform is built on new technology, and the platform allows to integrate data analysis, data visualization tools. For example, if we in our national society we use any type of mapping software. For example, not to get into technical details, QGIS, for example, or any type of dashboarding tool, Go is completely compatible with it, and the platform will serve as assist us to share widely our information products related to a specific emergency. Okay, so and Go is the replacement of the Disaster Management Information System, which is DMIS. I'm pretty sure that everyone have heard about DMIS. DMIS did a great work, but unfortunately, it's time the IT architecture behind DMIS needed to be replaced, and it's time for new technology, and that's where Go starts as a replacement of DMIS, doing the same work but with new functionalities. So a bit of background of the Go platform and how does it work. Okay, so it's a open platform. Why? Because it's has been behind open source technology, and it allows to share data in an automated way. In other words, it works through APIs, I'm not going to get into technical details. This is some sort of computer code that allows us to connect Go platform with other partners or any other agencies, information systems. I'm going to put an example. We have in the IFRC, we have available our first API. If we have a information management or IT focal point in the national society, we can connect through an API, through the IFRC API, and get relevant information. For example, I'm connected to API, I can pull data from emergency appeals or DREF operations. If I'm going to share before the, I'm sorry, after the webinar, more information about the Go API and how does it work. For example, Go, it's using an open architecture, using open source models. We can also connect to APIs from other organizations, such as, putting an example, WHO health alerts. Okay, so and the modular, it is modular because it's built to be adjusted to any information platform. For example, I can, if I'm using, if I'm developing a dashboard in a specific tool such as Power BI, I can integrate what we have built in very easy. And also its modular architecture help the development team of Go to develop next phases. For example, in the Go phase 3, there's an integration of preparedness for effective response, PER, components from national societies. Okay, so why iterative? Because it's constant improvement. Now, the Go phase 3 was recently launched. This is each 6 months or 1 year, there's a new phase of Go that is currently launched, adjusted to the needs and requirements of societies and the IFRC. And the visual part, it's totally compatible with the Red Cross, Red Crescent standards in terms of maps, charts, dashboards, or any other type of information products. Okay, so so Go is also built on the new technology without entering in technical details. These logos are tools to produce information products such as maps in Mapbox, dashboards in Power BI and Tableau, and Python, Docker. It's code that has been built the Go platform. Okay, so open source and new technology. This is a way that I would like to explain support from the SIMS network. If you have not heard about the SIMS network, it's expanded is Search Information Management Support. Is a Red Cross, Red Crescent network of information management specialists. And this network activates, if required, to provide information management support to emergency operations, either in the field or remotely. Okay, so SIMS provide IM support during operations, but if you can see in the graphic, there are some gaps that we hope Go can cover. Okay, so the whole information cycle in disasters, using a network of IM specialists and Go. We hope that can cover the whole IM gap and the whole information cycle during disasters. So this is a bit of a story or a timeline of what has done and how did all started. Going back to 2016, there was an external review of the IM component or information management component in the IFRC, and then thanks to the British Red Cross and the American Red Cross, the Go project started. Okay, by the end of 2016, the first prototype of Go was launched, and the real development of the Go platform started in 2017. As you may know, the Go platform was launched in September 2018, and by December last year, the DMIS was decommissioned or turned off. Okay? At the first quarter of 2019, a global information management strategy was launched. We are now in August 2019 that the Go Phase 3 was recently launched with the special component, the preparedness for effective response, is now included in Go Phase 3. Okay? And some of the plans for the future, some risk and early warning and community intelligence by 2021. These are just plans and ideas that we need to develop a bit more. Okay? So, before entering to the live demo, it will be good to share some of the new features that are available now. Has been recently released this month. The preparedness for effective response component in the Go platform. The Go will be a way to visualize the PER or preparedness for effective response components from the national in Go, and this information can be integrated into Go through simple forms. Okay, so the new field report or the field report 2.0, we all know that when there is a disaster in a specific country, the first thing, or the first, according to regional procedures, the first step that a national society needs to take is submit a field report in the Go platform. Prior to that, the field report was submitted in the DMIS. Okay, so there's a new version of the field report. It's called the 2.0 field report, and now we can receive notifications. For example, on a weekly basis, if we allow our user, we will receive a weekly digest with relevant information about emergency operations. We can also, if we are interested in following the development of an emergency operation, we can click on subscribe and follow. I will show that later to you. And I can also follow a disaster or a region of interest. Okay, so, and what is coming soon? This is on development. This is still on development. It will the Go platform will count with a crisis data bank. In the presentation, you can see some example. For example, by country, at a country level, we will be able to see risk information. Some, for example, inform indicators, hazard calendars, seasonal calendars, and operations or response action taken by national society. The three W's stand for who, what, and where. We will be able to do some sort of visualization, for example, a map. Where exactly are other actors and the Red Cross, Red Crescent working in a country? What type of project? So we will be able to see programmatic data, and this information will be available by country. And the deployments section of Go, we will be able to see availability of ERUs and a link to the new search database, which is in construction at this moment. And other Go services that are already available is there is a IFRC mobile Collection Working Group that meets on a monthly basis in order to look for improvements in terms of data collection. And one of these results of the mobile data collection working group is that at the IFRC level, national societies will be able to request usage of ODK servers and also Kobo servers. If you are not familiarized with ODK and Kobo, these servers are meant to help us collect using mobile phones. Okay, so we have available ODK and Kobo servers. We just, if any national society is interested in use servers to store primary data during emergencies, I will be more than happy to share how will be the steps to request of one of these servers. The deep and go connector, well, deep is, I will not, I won't get into too much details. Deep is a tool. Well, deep stands for Data Entry and Exploration Platform. It's a tool that is has been designed to gather secondary and primary data and do analysis using an analytical framework. So there is a connector of deep and go. There is available an analysis for drafts and emergency appeals and a tool for survey design. Okay. And now let's go to a live demo. Just give me a couple of seconds while I'm sharing my screen. Okay, just one moment. I'm trying to open to share my screen. If someone can please confirm that they can see my web browser in the screen. If I'm sharing it correctly, I will appreciate it. Okay, we can see. That's good. Thank you. So, first steps. If you're not aware of the platform, the URL is go.ifrc.org. If in case you still do not have Go user account, I'll be more than happy to create one for you. You can reach myself. I will share my email address. Also, Arlini and Alicia from the reference center. They can gather all your information. They can share it to me, and I will create your user account for the Go platform. All right. So let's explore a bit about the platform. This is the landing page of Go. This is, I would say, the global part of Go. So we can see the menu here where we can go through regions. We can go emergencies, deployments, and preparedness. Preparedness is the preparedness for effective response section in the Go platform. You can see here, you can go here and change your settings for your user, your access to Go, or a field report. Okay, so if I go to my account, I will be able to see if I'm following a specific operation, it will appear here, and all my contact information. Okay, so any notifications. For example, subscription preferences. If I want to receive a weekly digest, I just check new emergencies, new operations. The new emergencies includes GDAX alerts, okay, and WHO alerts. So new operations, when an operation is recently launched, for example, a DREF operation or an emergency appeal, we will receive a notification. Okay, just one moment. Let me see. Okay, I have a comment from Arlini. Sorry to interrupt my own presentation, but this is very important. Arlini is mentioned that she has been getting a lot of questions from persons asking if they can use their DMIS login to go. Yes. Oh, that's good, Brian. Thank you. Now that you can hear us. So, Arlini, yes, before the launch of the Go platform, all the DMIS user accounts will migrated. Probably, uh, uh, there will be isolated accounts that are having issues trying to get to login into Go using the DMIS accounts. Please reach me and I'll be more than happy to assist. All right. So, uh, okay. So, notifications. For example, if I want to receive all notifications from a specific region, I'm subscribed to the Americas region. For example, there was a yesterday or the day before yesterday, there was field report from Colombian Red Cross about a dengue outbreak. I wouldn't receive if I'm not subscribed to Americans. Okay, so if we're interested in also the work of or emergencies in other regions, we are allowed to just checking in, and we'll be um, informed about what is going on in other regions. Okay, so we can also filter about disaster types, search notifications, and other type of notifications. Okay, so going back to the global page, this is the first panel is the highlighted operations. I would say the most recent and big ones: Ebola in the DRC, the health emergency in Venezuela, and the cyclone Idai in Mozambique. Okay, so if we need to get to a specific, we can click here on the emergency page, and it will direct us to the Venezuela health emergency operation. Okay, so this is at a global level. 8 refs, 25 emergency appeals, funding coverage, a targeted population. This is a global map. One of the new features is that uh, we can export the map just by clicking here, the top right. It is good for our reports. Probably we won't need the whole world map. So if we go to the Americas region, we will be able to see as well, but just focus on the Americas region. So this is the global part. And now let's go and explore the regional Americas page in Go. So this is Americas. This page is being managed by myself. I am the one who maintains it and keeps it updated. Um, Here we can go through the pages. For example, I'm going to enter to specific country. Let us try Guatemala, for example. So from the regional page, go directly to a country page, okay? Which I'm going to explain later. Let's explore the regional page. Here, you will be able to see a map just focus in the, let me zoom out a bit. Okay, okay, okay. So here you will be able to filter the map. For example, if I want to look at population movement operations, you will just filter the ones in. It is located in Panama, but this is the regional migration appeal, which covers 9 countries, if I'm not mistaken, and the emergency appeal in Colombia for population movement. If we click on the red dot, we will have access to the link to go to the specific emergency page. Okay, how an emergency page is created? as soon as a draft operation or an emergency appeal is launched. When it's launched or activated, Go automatically creates an emergency page. Okay. More here, active IFRC operations in the region. We can sort it here by draft appeal operations over the past 10 years. This is a summary of the latest field reports. Okay. And scrolling up, I'm going to share you in this tab additional information. You will be able to see some additional graphics. For example, this is being managed by the operations team in the IFRC Americas. So we can have a look. We have prepared a landing page for all the products that will be developed for the hurricane season 2019. Here we are able to see a map of all the national societies and the country clusters that they belong, and any other type visualizations. Okay, so if you are all welcome to visit the Go regional page. You just go in regions, click on Americas, and in the additional links part, you will be able to see all the information products currently active. Just clicking on it, it will take you to them. There's also a Go flyer in English and Spanish, the IM strategy. There's also the Go user guide in both languages, English and Spanish. Okay, it's there. If I just click on there, you will have access to the PDF document and download it. Okay, so this is contact information of the whole disaster and crisis department, and this is an overview of the regional page. Now let's go to the country page. One of the goals of the team is to count with one information management focal point for each national society, who can take the ownership, maintain and develop information products for the country page in Go. For example, Guatemala, we can see that there's two operations here. There's one emergency appeal and one draft operation. Okay. There's also let's see, country overview, which will be available soon in the pre-crisis data bank. Some key figures that this information management focal point member from a national society can assist us in keep updated. Okay. And if let me go back to the regional page. So by getting into the map, for example, I'm going to show you emergency page in Go. Okay, so let's try the population movement in the Americas region. Okay, here you will be able to see, this is one important thing. If you can see this button, you can subscribe to an emergency. You will receive notifications to your email about what is new or what has been uploaded or changed a specific emergency page. So this here you can see, let me zoom out a bit. We were talking about the modular architecture, the part of Go, and the open architecture. This is what I was talking about. These additional graphics have not built in Go. They have been created by information management focal points in the national societies, also in the IFRC, and they are totally compatible with the Go platform. For example, here we can see a dashboard made in Power BI. We were talking about Power BI community minutes ago, showing the indicators of the whole operation. Okay. Here, sorry because it's in Spanish, this is a dashboard made by the IM focal point in the Ecuadorian Red Cross. This dashboard is connected to the actions or the data that teams in the field are collecting in the response of the migrants entering Ecuador. All right. And a dashboard made for the Peruvian Red Cross to monitor the activities. It's also being collected using ODK and Kobo and goes straight to a dashboard, and it collects the data. There's a dashboard process the data and shows it in real time. Okay, and there's also a response document section. For example, drafts, analysis documents, maps, or any other information products. Okay, so this is Go global, regional, country, and emergency pages. Now let's go to. Let me stop sharing here. Now, the last part of the webinar is how to create. Let me just share my screen. Okay. So, can you please confirm if you can see my web browser? I think that you are able to see it. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Arlene. So, this is, I would say, a dummy Go platform or test purposes Go platform. This is a platform made for development testing, simulations. For example, if a national society is conducting a simulation or any type of training, there's a clone of the Go platform which is meant for this. So if you don't have the access details, I will share it to you through Arlene and Alicia, all right? So this is not the real Go. This is the clone of Go made for simulations, because we are going to create simulate that we are creating a field report. Um, please, if you are conducting a simulation, please do not use the real Go platform, because everyone in the region will see that will receive the notification of a disaster that is not real happening. Okay, so for this type, for these purposes, let's use the dummy Go. Okay, so the field report creation, you will find the button in all Go pages. Okay, so we go and create the field report. It's very easy. This is the new field report. They call the field report 2.0. So okay, so it's broken by sections, and on each section there's instructions on how to fill a field report. Okay, for example, let's say Panama floods and the date that is indicated here. You can either start a new field report, or if there is an emergency operation ongoing, or a disaster just happened, we can link it here to an emergency. Okay. The start date, let's put it as today. It will show here the calendar. We just click here in the tick button. Okay, so the date is okay. Affected regions. Here, just type in the name of the country. We can also select the regions or provinces. Or administrative one levels. Okay, so the next level of countries, provinces here in Panama. Select a couple of them. Okay, good. Disaster type. Okay, we were talking about there's floods in Panama. We need to select the correct disaster type here, which is flood here. So, and if the government's request for international assistance, let's say no at this moment, so save and continue. Situation, for example, how many injured, let's say 400, and what is the source, okay? Red Cross, government, order. So let's say government, uh, people confirm death. Let's say the government again. This is the source, an estimation from the government. How many missing? How many affected, placed, and a situational overview. Here you are free to type or describe the most as you can. So I'm just type something here very quick. Floods in Panama. Okay. Okay. So, and next phase, the actions. So, how many assisted by the government? This is just to fill the numbers. Assisted by government, assisted by the Red Cross, Red Crescent movement. How many personnel or staff from the national society is involved in the response? How many volunteers and other Red Cross, Red Crescent staff or personnel from PNSS, ICRC, or the IFRC. Okay. Actions taken by the National Society. Let's see. Just putting a couple of sectors here. Okay, and the description. You can also add text here. Actions taken by the IFRC. Okay, first aid, psychosocial support. You can also describe here in case you click on other. You can also here describe what other type of actions the IFRC is taken by other movement actors, for example. Okay, and if is there gonna be any information bulletin released soon? No plan or yes? Okay, it is published. So let's put planned and actions taken by uh, other actors such as governments or United Nations, for example. Okay, uh, in the response part, if there's a draft requested, we can see that is planned. Let's say 200,000 Swiss francs, an emergency appeal, rapid response personnel. This is deployments and if any ERUs plan. Okay, contacts, the name of the originator, who submitted the field report. Okay. And phone, we can leave it. Okay. Okay. The contact of the National Society. Okay. Okay. Let's fill this very quick. So any IFRC focal point for the emergency. Okay, let's put the same names here. Okay. And media contact. And each type of the contacts, there's a description for them. Okay. And um, and um, this report, we can assign the confidentiality of the report. If we with the visibility we want it public, being seen for the IFRC, the Secretariat, or the whole Red Cross Red Crescent movement, okay? So let's make it Red Cross Red Crescent movement, just for example, and submit. Let's wait a couple of minutes to see. Okay, it's been creating, redirecting. So what happens when a field report is submitted? Everyone who's subscribed to America's region notifications in Go will receive it on email format, okay? We can also find it here if we go to regions, let's say, or in past. Okay, one moment. This is the okay, I'm not sure if I added. Okay, yeah, if we go to regions, let me see if we can find it. So one way is to receive it by email, and the other one is to navigate into the regional page, region, country, and here in recent emergency section, you will be able to see the field report. Okay, so we have reviewed so far um, um, a walk through global, regional, country emergency pages on the RealGo platform, and how to create a field report in the DomiGo. You see that is very easy steps to do. Let me finish the sharing here. One moment. And and um, I think that is it for now. Thank you for taking your time to join. I hope that this has clarified your doubts about the Go platform, and hope that this has been informative to you about Go platform that has been done so far, what is coming soon, and give you awareness on how to navigate into the Go platform and how to submit a field report. I am available for any questions, concerns. If you have any issues to log in into the Go platform using your old DMIS user access, or if you need to create a new one, be more than happy to support through Alicia and Arlini from the Kadrim Reference Center. So thank you very much. If there's no questions, I think we can stop the webinar. Questions so far or comments? You can either speak on the microphone or leave a chat. Okay. If
Hi, Luis.
oh, hello.
Hi, are you hearing me?
Yes, I am.
Thanks. Um, to go back to when you were filling in the field report, is it that I saw an edit button, and I'm just wondering if, yeah, I'm just wondering if, as updates coming into the situation, if persons who didn't situation report could edit it, or if it's only the person who created the field report is allowed to edit information coming in.
That is a very good question. Thank you. The only person who's gonna be able to edit the field report is the originator.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, so another
But
person.
if
Uh-huh.
you let's sorry to interrupt. Let's put in a scenario that okay, the originator that created the first field report is not available, and you, as a colleague or member of the same national society, need to submit another field report. If you have access to go through a user access, you can go ahead and submit a new one.
Okay, okay. Because
And
that's
link
what
it
I
to
was
that
wondering.
emergency.
After things keep popping up with different persons impacted, and you want to keep updating the information, but that person may not be available to keep updating the info. So, because then you could ask a colleague to create a new one, right?
Right, exactly.
Also, just one other question. If you had to do the draft and like fill an application out for draft using this platform, you would use the create field report tab, or there's a separate section for this?
Sorry, can you repeat the part about the draft?
Yeah, if you have to fill in a request for a draft,
Mhm.
where do we find that tab? Because I may have missed it, but do you have to create a field report, or there's a separate section you could create?
Exactly. Okay, the field report, the purpose of the field report is keep the movement in form of a specific disaster. Okay, in a part of the field report, there is a draft. It has been requested or planned. You can select, for example, there is planned. There is a draft request planned. This this is different than a draft request. Okay, so this is just to inform, but according to regional procedures, to request a draft, uh, it will be good to submit a field report first, and then through the national society and the regional office in the Americas, there's going to be a formal process on how to request draft allocation. Okay, did that make sense?
Okay. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. If there's no more questions, I think we can.
Hi,
I think we have someone else. Hello. Hello.
I'm unmuted, but it's not unmuting at all.
Hello. Hello. I can hear you.
Oh, can you hear me? Right. Actually, my question relates to when you were showing the very first one of the earlier pages, the country information, and there was some little note saying nothing to display. I was wondering, would it be possible for someone to just provide general information regarding the specific country data? I think there were some lines there for like information like the GDP in the country, poverty levels, and so would one be able to just populate that information generally for all the countries of their specific region, whether or not we are preparing documents for a draft or an appeal? I just wanted to get that clear because it's something
Exactly.
that we can
Okay.
easily enter.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you. That's a very good question. Um, like I mentioned in the presentation, the goal is to have one goal focal point or information management focal point for each national society who can help us to maintain the country pages up to date. For example, any information, any type of information that can be useful for you. Uh, some indicators, risk indicators, seasonal calendars, uh, um, any other type of data that can be useful for you as a pre-crisis or pre-disaster data that can help you to better respond, it will be good to have it. You saw in the country page that there's nothing to display because there is not. The idea is to find a focal point in each national society who can help us by their own initiatives. We will just serve as some kind of guidance, but their own initiative will come from the National Society. They will have the freedom to put, if there's infographics, there's maps, there's a dashboard made in the National Society, there's some simple graphs in Excel that can support decision making or contain this type of data that can be useful for operations. They are free, and are free to feed or put into the Go Country page. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, comments, thoughts? Well, if oh, we have someone else. Hello? No? Okay. So if there's no more questions, you have my contact information on the screen. Feel free to send me an email, and I'll be more than happy to support and to clarify any doubts in terms of the Go platform. I would like to thank you all for your time, and especially the reference center who has the Cadrim Reference Center through Alicia and Arlini that supported us disseminating this webinar. So thank you all for being here, and that's it. Thank you.